Hey guys, welcome back with another video, and today we're doing something a little different. We're going to be doing a tier list. I mentioned that I was going to be doing this a little whiles back. I want to start doing things like this where I kind of just make tiers and by ranking of different Let's Plays I've done. But the first one I'm going to do is horror games. The different horror games I've done reviews and Let's Plays for. I was going to first start out with Let's Tries, aka game reviews that I've done, but I've done so many game reviews throughout 2025, so we're going to be starting out with horror games specifically, because surprisingly, I have not touched very many horror games in 2025. So that being said, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure to use my affiliate link in the description box below. Let's get it. Alrighty, so these are all of the horror games that I have played throughout 2025. There's different Let's Plays here, and there's even some game reviews here. Now, just want to let all you guys know that you're welcome to disagree with me, but just know that at the end of the day, I do not care that much if you disagree with me. I do what I think, I have my own opinions. So, and if you want to be a child about it, whatever. All right, let's get it. So, we're gonna start off with Aliens: Rogue Incursion. I'm gonna be honest. I think this game was just okay. I'm stuck between amazing and just okay. And the reason why just okay is because I didn't really get scared. I wasn't really scared. Like, I was feeling like I was more pressured than scared in this game. And, see, I played me a plethora of different survival horror games throughout the years. And I didn't really get that same dread. You know, like how with dread you're terrified, but like you're stressing, right? I didn't really get that. I just felt like I was pressured. And the reason being is because these xenomorphs really, like, they just pretty much died very quickly. I did notice that they kind of do overwhelm you, and they do, like, respawn, but if we're going to be basing it off pure horror factor here, I'd probably just say this game is just okay. That's where I place Aliens: Rogue Incursion. Now, Cards We're Dealt. This is a game that me and Brawley reviewed, and this game was more of a riot than anything. It was kind of frustrating and just annoying. I'm just going to put this in trash. Enough said about that. This game was hot garbage, okay? This game was really bad. Horrible indie game. It has some roguelike elements, but it's supposed to be a horror game. But it was confusing and just dog shit. I don't like this game. Kronos: The New Dawn. I would put it in Masterpiece, but my problem is I'll probably just put it in Amazing. And the reason why Amazing instead of Masterpiece is because I'm going to be honest with you. The game, like, the first half of the game is really good. You get the survival element, the survival horror elements of the game is very nice. You get to upgrade your weapons and all that, right? There's some really creative jump scares in this game, in my opinion. The different orphans, as they're called apparently, aka the monsters, are very terrifying. I think the first boss had me on edge because it was just a creepy voice. I just kept seeing the shadowy figure that kept disappearing, right? And there's moments like that where I'm just like, oh, that's really good. That's Masterpiece level good, right? But then we get to the end game parts of the game, right? Where you're starting to realize, wait, there's not very much monster variety, and they're reusing the same boss types. Like, you fight that giant mutated monster doggo thing twice in a row. Different attacks, but pretty much the same boss. And then, like, it starts becoming kind of a joke, and the story kind of becomes more predictable. And the horror elements kind of just kind of doesn't exist at that point. So I place it at amazing. I'll place Kronos New Dawn at amazing. That's where I place that. It just falls off at the end parts of the game, in my opinion. So that's where I place that. Now, Little Nightmares 3. Let me tell you what. This game is going to be between amazing or just okay. And the reason being is primarily because, like, it just felt like a whole lot of nonsense, right? Like, the giant baby at the beginning of the game just felt so out of place. And then when you start getting further into the game and the different sections, right, you start feeling like, wait, this game feels like it's a little rushed, right? There's a lot of downtime. There's not a lot of stress going on unless you're actually being chased by the bosses of the section. Like, you have the giant baby, like I said, and then you have the I can't remember what she's called, but she's like the secretary or something like that in the second area, and then you have the giant therapist dude at the end of the game. I'm trying to remember. There was another boss. Oh yeah, the Puppet Master. I think the Puppet Master was probably my favorite, but it wouldn't make me be like, oh, this is scary. This is like dreadful or anything. So I probably just put it just okay. And the reason why I say it's just okay is because me and Broly actually really love this game. We actually had a good time. That we had a lot of fun playing this, and some of our reactions with one another was really funny. Like, the moments where Broly was, like, surprised and getting a little startled here and there was hilarious. Some of the moments where I got jump scared was hilarious. There was a lot of good times with, like, horror elements. Obviously, you know, there was the parts where I was getting ragey and stuff, but that's not horror-related. I'm just talking about the pure surprise and shock we had with one another with the encounters in the game. So that's why I put this just okay. So that's my placement for that. You'll probably notice I have not placed anything in Masterpiece yet, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even know if any of these are qualified to be Masterpiece worthy at all. I don't think I'm gonna be putting anything in Masterpiece, but we'll see. I gotta think about it while I'm talking about the game. Alright, Pacify. This game, was terrifying at first, right? We played the haunted house area, right? I was actually a little on edge in the first little mission, right? We played the first mission, and then I think we did, like, a couple different other missions as well on our live streams. Twitch.tv DragR20, Twitch.tv at DBBroly27 if you guys want to check us out there. But we did the later missions, and it just kind of like became silly and frustrating. We got to the barn, right? We did the barn mission, and there's like this zombified guy, right? And he's just so annoying to deal with. He wasn't even scary or anything. He wasn't terrifying. But the only reason I'm probably going to put this at just okay, and the reason why I'm going to put that there is because there were a lot of funny moments, and a lot of times where we found some buggy glitches and stuff like that carried the amusement of the game. But there were a lot of different terrifying moments too in the first mission. I think there was also the woods area, the witch in the woods area. I can't remember exactly the name of it of the mission, but we did that as well. That one was probably my favorite one personally, but that was really fun. So that being said, there are a decent amount of like scary moments that me and Broly had. So I'll place this at just okay. All right, Preurial Order, fun, awesome game. But I was told this was a horror game. The only reason why I have this in the horror tier list is because I was told it was a horror game. and then I found out that it's not even horror related. I guess you could say like the body horror with the plants being a part of the different bodies, but like I don't really count that as horror, especially the type of game it is. It's a game where if you get hit once, you're just dead, right? It's more action oriented. It had a little bit of Souls-like element, like mechanics in the game. Like it's basically a boss rush is what this game is. It's not even horror related. But again, that's the only reason why I have this in this tier list is because I was told by some of my original viewers that this game was a horror game. So I'm placing this in trash just because I was lied to. Well, I wasn't lied to. The tag says it's horror, but I don't think it's not even scary. It's not horror related in my opinion. So I'm putting that in trash just because there's no horror elements in the game at all, in my opinion. Alright, the medium. So I had a lot of people that was 50-50 with my review for this game. I think I might update this eventually, because I plan on eventually going back and checking out, do like another hour or two of content for this game. Just give it another chance, because a lot of people were saying I wasn't being fair with this game. That being said, the first impressions I had with the first hour of the game, this game was slow. This game was unbearably slow, dude. Alright? Let me tell you what. It was so slow that I was starting to get exhausted. And there were some moments, too, where I was laughing at some of the dialogue and stuff, but I do think there's potential here. My only problem is, like, there's a lot of, like, things I did not like with the game that kind of ruined the whole mood that was supposed to be scary in the prologue of the game. So that being said, I'm just going to be fair here. I'm not going to put it amazing. I'm just going to put it at just okay. Just because I feel like my opinion might be a little scuffed. So, because I might eventually come back and update this and put this on a 2026 tier list or something. So that's what I might do. So I'm going to place it at just okay at the moment because there was a lot of things that annoyed me about this game that ruined the mood of horror. So that's my placement right now. Alright, so The Thing. The Thing is supposed to be a remastered. So I didn't finish this game for a Let's Play. And the reason being is because I was disappointed. It's supposed to be a remastered, right? But it got ported over to modern consoles with a lot of the same issues that was in the old version of the game. Back on Xbox, okay? That being said, I was also hoping there was going to be like a little bit better like graphic fidelity, just a tad bit better visuals to increase the horror factor with all the different creatures that is the Thing, right? But that being the case, I'm going to be honest with you. The game isn't bad. It just, there's nothing remastered about this game that increases the horror elements of the game. And since I've already beaten this game time and time again before I became a content creator, I already know what's going to happen. So I feel like if they increase the graphic fidelity of the Thing, the monsters, right? I feel like the horror elements might have been a little bit better for me. It might have caught me off guard if they did that. But they didn't. It just comes with all the problems, all the old graphics that was the original Thing. So, that I'm just going to place it at just okay. Just because I was disappointed and I wasn't scared. So, that's my placement. Now, Tormented Souls 2. Unfortunately, I was not able to do a Let's Play for this game, just because, well, yes, the video got restricted. Funny enough, though, a lot of you guys still watched it, but for growth purposes, I was not able to do a Let's Play for this game. But I've been playing it off camera, and I'm telling you right now, this game is actually 100% times better than the first game. There's a lot of moments where I'm being terrified of the darkness. I'm getting chased by different monsters here and there. My only gripe with this game when it comes to survival horror is the combat feels like it's just the same thing, but from the first game. It doesn't feel like it got improved upon, at least in my opinion. It still feels a little clunky. But when it comes to the horror stuff and the story and stuff like that, very, very scary game. I'd put this on amazing. And that's my tier list. Again, if you guys disagree with me, just be civil and respectful and let me know in the comments below what's your opinions on these different horror games that I've played for the channel for 2025. If you disagree, let me know. And if not, if you agree with me, let me know as well. I'd like to have a little bit of a discussion about these different horror games. So, if you would like to see more tier lists like this, let me know. I'm thinking about doing a tier list, best 2025 action games that I did for the channel in 2025 this year. It's going to take me a little bit to gather around and make content for a tier list dedicated for like let's tries and game reviews. Because I have a buttload. If I look at the, let me see. Yeah, so I have about 40 different games I need to gather around to make a tier list for when it comes to Let's Tries / game reviews. So, again, if you guys want more tier list videos like this, let me know in the comments below. I'd really appreciate it. It goes a long way. And again, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you use my affiliate link in the description box below. Alright, catch you guys next time.